Hi, Gabriel.
Hi, Hassan. How you doing?
Good. And my first question is why it is important to integrate scent into art?
One of the fragrances is based the smell, based on the smell. The smell is the only one who has direct connection with the brain. When you smell something, it's very common. You first thing you know go to, oh, that's a peach. That go to always happen. You'd say, oh, that smells something like in my house, or that smell like my friend. Or always we associate the smell, in particular in the Western culture, with something. That's because the smell go direct to our brain, to the amygdala, to the hippopotamus, and that's when in art you want as one of your art, your piece become more memorable, you is through that, through the smell, because you have painted, you have had the smell. Now it's not just the paint, the piece, people we see it, see the images you have created. Also, you now that person we additional create that memory, that association with the smell through the paint. It's a oh, now in later on when that person is somehow happen. You create a fragrance. We let's call it smell fragrance, different thing. You create that smell for that painting or for that culture. Now later on, when a person go working through the house or working through house friend and receive a smell similar smell, we automatically become back to the memory to the person. Oh, that remember me the piece of something do bad in Riga. That's one of the smells. It's essential. We normally traditional what happen. We the car the smell is like something silly. The smell is it smell good, it smell bad. But no, it smell is very important in the human system. It's almost like alert system, but also a memory. It's because this direct connection, more of the eyes, the ear, is more. That's why smell is can be very other very important to your art. It's but once it's that the association with you with house creation, not just the person we memory you piece to the imagine. Also, we created through the smell. I think that's why important. Other.
And from, let's imagine an audience, right? Audience come to exhibition, and how scent can enhance the perception of artwork. You said memory, right? Maybe are there some other things beyond
I
memory?
mean, if I understand your question, one of the thing is the visitor or your piece. It's also depending how you present the smell. You present it with optica other, like present with beautiful diffusion, or depending how the diffusion, the smell comes out, you will create also that. But the visitor, one of the first impact will be that memory you have created, or that memory has associated with us, because unless you are newborn, always we have memory of the smell. We associate that the way we work. We associate everything with something, smell with something. Very cool. Once again, we always we say, oh, that smell like my auntie bedroom. That smell like the market in Shanghai. That in that your piece, we become also part of the memory. Not more easy to the person remember in feature, either the emotional caused by your piece, plus this the smell. Anytime that person go out and find that smell again, your piece will become automatic remember and remember. Oh, that remember something piece I see in Riga or I see in whatever it is. That's the important smell.
And can you tell a little bit about what role scents play in your own artistic expression? And
One thing, remember, I am perfumer first. I perform olfactory artist. The smell is, essential. I know a painter, I know a photographer, I know a culture. I am performer first. I am olfactory artist. The smell is first is the smell. Anything is around, surround. Whatever I do the smell first. And from there, I build everything. I support the smell because the smell you cannot see it. Sometimes, yes, you need to try the smell. In many cases, I see myself as an interpreter of the smell in the physical side because you don't see the smell. But yes, when I do a display, I do exhibition, I usually I create the smell and I try. present through different materials. About painting, I created this several years ago. I created this called Renaissance display, where based on the Renaissance art, and I created painting based on Renaissance famous Renaissance painter. To people give it not just the emotional part of the smell, also the visual side. Well, in my case, a big perfume and olfactory artist is first the smell. Everything else just support.
Yes. And could you share maybe one strong example of your work?
I mean, I've been created different one. The last one was very, very interesting. I find was called the smell of sanctity. I don't know if you are familiar with the smell of sanctity. Very much in particular during the Renaissance time and medieval time, to be classified as a saint, to be considered to be a saint, was the nice smell coming from your body at the moment of the death. That is the smell of the sanctity. There's no, but talking about Christian Catholic religion. And I created this display called the smell of sanctity. Was I took 4 or 5 different very famous saints, become saints known to smell nice, and the moment they did, and I translated the description. I went through a lot of research to look how was at the moment they did, how was the people was saying the smell. Now, one of the things is, in principle, is that the smell of the sun, but reality, no. What I want to, my main focus was to, when we die, our body started composing. That's usually this paper, the olfactory molecule coming out. Usually, some smells terrible. Actually, we are coded to reject that smell because that's the one protect us. But this song in particular, it smells beautiful. In the perfume industry, we use a lot of that molecule to create a nice smell. My final point was it shows how bad smells can become beautiful fragrance. That was the thing object. For when you can see on my website, you go to the smell sanctity, you see the display. Yes, I was showing the scent, the image of the scent. I was the based on description. I was created the fragrance what try to recreate it, how what's the smell that's on the moment they dead, using all of these horrible molecule. I mean, people was smelling. It was, oh, it smells fantastic. Some you were questioning you couldn't wear it, but a lot of you could wear a fragrance. This smell. Now, the final objective, know what's the intention. They say, oh, the sun no was sun because it smells nice. They had. I don't want to go so deep, but in the final exhibition was that showing how in perfume industry we use very molecular cure in the moment they're dead, and we create beauty. And that was the point. Yes, if we go slightly clarify the sanctity, when we die, the composition happens. Some molecular, or many molecules coming out because it's bacteria. The composition and the volatile occur based on the room was hot, the diet of the person, and so on. And by then, in the Christian belief, was seeing, oh, that was sign of godness, be God, be sant. But sadly, it's nothing to do with that. It's just science. It's just the way it is. I mean, everybody die. Yes, the smell what to buy it, in particular in this time, because it's you die, what you was wearing among the all this mix of molecular, of atomic molecule coming out. But my first point, the final point of the smell sanctity was to show how horrible thing can become beauty. That was my thing.
And what would be your advice to, let's say, to artists? Maybe it could be visual artists or sound artists who would like to start experimenting, integrating scent into their artworks.
I mean, it's like my advice would first make mistakes. Go buy raw materials, mix, and create it. It's the thing. I mean, perfume industry knew. I mean, we had these two. 1+1 is not 2. 1+1 is 3 for us because when we put different smell, we create the order. That comes with the practice. You need to go the buy raw material and play it. Now, one thing we have now in the 20s, 25, 26 is we now have a lot of information for free. You can go to any supplier of raw material, the big ones. Not the big one. The big ones don't bother because the big ones, Robert say, IFF, Givaudan, they only sell big quantity. But they have at this stage they have many medium-sized distributor of raw materials. They give you a lot of information handy. You can use, example, you go to Fravor, you look for note, and then we describe you the smell structure, how the profile, because smell have different profile. Sweet orange, no just smell orange, they have kind of smell citrus, kind of smell dry, kind of smell sweet. I mean, a simple note have different profile. We call profile is different smell together. Now that comes with the practice. You buy your raw material, you smell in dilute. You cannot use raw material in the pure state unless you are perfumer and you try to create particular final product. Otherwise, the solution, buy the raw material, the solution, a small quantity, material become damaged. Buy your small quantity, better you buy 5 grams, play with it. Later on, if you go to final piece, you go to create one quantity, go ahead and buy a kilo. Don't buy quantity. Doesn't matter if they're cheaper. Material become damaged. Particularly citruses, don't buy a small quantity, go to this distributor, the material, raw material, learn. Now, we all talk about AI. AI, you can go play with AI, ask, okay, I got the painting, or I got this photo, I got this background in the photo, I want to recreate that image. Yes, AI got to help you, but please do not believe AI. At the end of the day, you need to be interpret your own art. AI is a word model. Yes, can help you because all information they have recollecting can say, okay, that's what more common people have using internet, and you recommend use of that. But you are artist, you are me a perfumer. I interpret the smell. I go take my raw material, smell it. Okay, this AI tell me patchouli can help me to smell soil. Okay, let me smell. That's true. That's the soil I have in my memory. And maybe no. Or let me try all the material, Fravor, or they tell me soil can do vetiver, or let me smell vetiver. This particular vetiver, or that vetiver, yeah, I smell the soil I have in my mind. You artists need to interpret the raw material. AI help you to start it, but please don't believe because never go to give a formulation. AI is a word model, and it's the human, our artist that you already create the art. You know, it's what you believe, what your interpretation is, what you paint, is what the photo you translate. It's the same with when you go into the smell and see what you can create.
Thank you very much, Gabriel.
You're welcome.